Ariana Jones with Waste Loop, and today I'm here with Matt from Whistlepunk, the local ice cream shop in downtown Leavenworth. So Matt, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started in ice cream? I remember first seeing you at the farmer's market and then really excited to see that you got a shop.
Yeah, growing up on Cape Cod, ice cream is everywhere, and it's kind of part of the fabric of life. And everything you do gets celebrated with ice cream. If you're on a baseball team and you guys win, even if you lose, coach is always like, "Let's go get ice cream, boys." And so I think that's where it kind of started. Going to Baskin Robbins with my dad to go get my mom a ice cream soda or something worked pretty good, as a kid.
Yeah.
And then later on in life, I've had a lot of jobs, and I thought, well, I want to jump into tourism in Leavenworth and see if I can use the skills that I've developed over the years working at restaurants and whatnot, and ice cream sounded like a really good deal.
Awesome. So how many years has Whistlepunk been in existence?
Since 2015, I started kind of tinkering with ice cream, making it at home, and then realizing that, I think I could probably do this. I bought my first machine in 2016 and started making it at Ravenous Catering, and then just going to farmers markets and concerts and selling it at local vendors and that kind of thing. And it kind of picked up, and then I realized, all right, it's time to kind of put the pedal to the metal and make a shop happen. And I got lucky with a really good location in Leavenworth after pounding the pavement for years, and made it happen.
Now you're here, and as a new business owner, I know that a lot of things go into it and being sustainable. And when we talk about this term sustainability for local businesses, what does that mean to you and look like in the shop?
Right. I think in 2020, it's pretty hard to think of sustainability without thinking of recycling and the waste stream. But I also think that something I learned with the business was being sustainable means having a healthy lifestyle. Work hard, play hard is kind of a thing around here, and it's no different at Whistlepunk. We want our employees coming to work super healthy, super happy, ready to work hard, so that they understand and can plug into the sustainability idea. If they're not healthy, if they're not happy, if they're disgruntled in any way, or if they don't get what we're saying, then sustainability is impossible. So I think it starts with the team, and it starts with sort of the philosophy on how we do things. And then the actual waste stream that happens, it's pretty easy for us. I mean, we put ice cream into cups, and we use wooden spoons, and we can put it in cones, and that's a way better deal. That way you eat pretty much 100% of the evidence, and there's maybe a napkin that goes in the garbage or gets recycled somehow. I don't know how that would work, composted. But we try to make sure that we don't see plastic spoons all over town. We try to make sure that our cups are sort of a brown paper rather than bright pink or green or yellow or whatever, just so if they do make it into the bushes, it kind of blends. That's my philosophy on sustainability. But really, like if it does end up in the bushes, then it's gonna biodegrade.
Yeah.
It's gonna biodegrade quietly, not loudly. So I don't know. Those are some of the ideas.
Yeah, that's great. So waste reduction obviously is a huge piece of the puzzle. But I also know that you put a lot of time and effort into the products that you source. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that fits into your philosophy of sustainability at the shop?
Yeah, we try to source the best we can. Ice cream is a luxury item, and there's just no two ways about that. It's not a completely sustainable food. I don't know a lot of luxury foods that we sell in Leavenworth that really are. So I just want to be upfront about our chocolate, our vanilla, our bananas, and things that come from other countries that we just don't have options for locally. We bite the bullet on that one, and we try to do the best we can, and we try to source those fair trade or organic, and sort of augment our sustainability that way. And then I think blackberries, buying our blackberries local. Blackberries are kind of like the house fruit We make a blackberry ice cream instead of the traditional strawberry ice cream. We use a blackberry sauce instead of any other kind, and it's because that's what we have here. I wish coconuts grew here. They don't. Nuts, pecans, walnuts, not so much the peanuts. These are just ingredients that we can find locally for our toppings and put into the ice cream.
And it sounds like it's a balance. I mean, some things may just be impossible to get locally, but you try your best to be creative with your different recipes.
Right. We try to source from other makers also. We get our ganache from Chocolat, and just try to help them in their business. I think that might be part of sustainability also, is like helping the local businesses kind of keep everything in-house so they're not shipping things too far away.
Yeah, those circular economies are huge, especially in a small area like Leavenworth.
For sure, and it feels really sustainable in that in a crisis such as COVID, and you can't get things from far away, at least you can get all your local ingredients, and that's kind of nice to know. You know, we never had a problem getting chocolate from Chocolat, or hopefully people don't have a problem getting ice cream from Whistlepunk ice cream if we can deliver it locally. So, we try to think of it that way.
Yeah, that's great. So through the creation of your business and taking steps towards sustainability and waste reduction, what have been some of the biggest challenges?
I would say we could divide that into before COVID and after COVID. Before COVID, I would say some of our biggest challenges were how do we send the customer away with the least amount of waste, and the paper cups and the wooden spoons and the brown paper napkins were a good fix for us, and then we push the cones as much as we can. So I would say after COVID began, sustainability got a lot more difficult. Based on the trust that we had before COVID started, we were taking people's mugs, or we were taking people's containers and putting ice cream in them, or you go to the coffee place and they'll take your mug and they'll rinse it out, but that doesn't fly in 2020. And so now we have to use more cups for coffee, we have to use more cups for ice cream, we have to use more pint containers for ice cream, we have to use rubber gloves for every single individual thing that we touch, and then they have to be changed frequently. And I can't tell you what our latex or rubber glove or synthetic glove bill is for 2020. It'll be interesting to tally it up, but it's pretty high. And then those go into the trash. There's no recycling those. So that has been concerning for us. Yeah, that's it. It's been a little bit challenging.
Yeah, a lot of challenges, especially with all of the new packaging and everything.
Yeah.
So even despite COVID and maybe looking beyond COVID times, if a local business in town is interested in thinking about sustainability and waste reduction, do you have any kind of top tips for them as they make this journey? And what are the resources for local businesses to start doing this?
Right. I think there are businesses in town that have dialed it. I think anytime you're doing your product is focusing on one thing and doing it really well, that helps limit the waste. I can think of examples. The Munchin House. They've got sausage pretty much wrapped up in this town. I don't think anybody can do it better. The waste that goes with that is pretty minimal. It's a paper tray protector, some napkins. That's about it. They use silverware. They have all their condiments in bottles that are reused by everybody. So if you're going to start a new business and it's going to be a food business, I think you want to think about people coming in and people going out relatively smoothly. And now in 2020, I think, man, you really have to think about how many people are touching the same item and how many people are sharing the same space. I don't think that's ever going to go away, and you should plan for the future in case this happens again. I think starting a business in Leavenworth, you also have to think about the volatility of business. It happens in a torrent. It's a boom-bust thing from week to week. Saturday, Sunday is huge. Tuesday, Wednesday is minimal. you have to keep an inventory list, but you don't want to keep too much in. So yeah, as far as sustainability goes, I think that's a tough question to answer.
If somebody was interested in learning more from these local businesses, is there any sort of like cohort, or like where do I get the best price on napkins that are environmentally friendly? And there's so much research that goes into products.
Right.
Is that knowledge shared?
Yeah, I don't know if it's shared or not. I figured it out all on my own. So
yeah.
But I would be happy to share all of that information with anyone. That's an unnecessary learning curve. I think that's a really good idea, and we should establish like the best place to get your napkins. If you want to stand out from other companies and you want to have bright purple napkins, I can understand that, but I bet there's a good way to do it. And I think that a lot of the restaurants probably have their favorite places to purchase things from. I know we do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that information shouldn't be too secret. And yeah, I don't think any of the sustainability part of business should be secret. I think it should be promoted loudly. Getting rid of your trash could be a thing also. We have a trash full of paper cups and wooden spoons. What should we do with those? Should those go to the dumpster, or should those go somewhere else? I don't know, but that would be a collaborative community conversation.
Sure. Well, it starts with conversations like this. So thank you so much for taking your time.
Thank you.
I'm excited to take a look at the shop and actually see some of the things that we talked about.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll be happy to show you around.
Great. Shop of Whistlepunk with Matt, the owner, and he's going to show us a few things that they've done to incorporate sustainability and waste reduction into their everyday process.
Okay. I would say starting with, napkins. We went with a biodegradable brown paper napkin. As long as this makes it into a compost pile, you're good to go with these. We use a wooden spoon. I'm going to go around the back. Follow along. We use a simple brown paper cup, fairly biodegradable. Again, it needs to make it to a compost pile in order for that to be any good. But this is pretty much the thing that leaves our shop with one of these on a regular basis, probably hundreds of them a day. And if they were found out in the woods, at least a bird could make a nest with this, or somebody could start a fire with it and it would go away. And then this will eventually kind of break down and get wet, soggy, and become part of the soil at some point. I don't even think these are waxed, or if they are lightly waxed. That's about it. Other than that, we have waffle cones, which it looks like we're completely out of. But waffle cones that's our best vehicle for delivering ice cream to you, other than this. You can carry your ice cream cone around with your ice cream. There's no spoon necessary. The only other thing that we would give you is a napkin. And it's pretty simple.
And you make them here.
And we make them here.
Amazing.
Yep.
Great. And you also mentioned that now, especially due to COVID, you're not doing receipts and cash. And have you found that also to reduce down on waste?
For sure. Yeah, we don't go through receipt paper at all. Nobody wants a receipt, or if they do, they want it electronically. Most people are not having a hard time. I would say 99% of people are not having a hard time with cards, or using their phone or their Apple Pay watch, or some electronic device to pay. On occasion, people forget and they bring cash, but we don't even keep cash in the store. So we don't necessarily turn people away, but we figure out a way to get them paid out. But it's been pretty easy, really. People have made the change willingly and pretty successfully.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Matt, for giving us a little tour back here. And I know that I, for one, will probably always try and get a cone from now on. It's a good excuse to get a waffle cone.
Yeah, we have small cones and we have big cones. So if you don't want to eat so much, you can get a small cone. Yep.